Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I got a couple of interesting clips that I saw from BitBoy's show today. The first one is right here. I think you're going to like this.
But another thing I'm really excited about is a documentary that we're going to be filming, that someone's coming to film about the SEC XRP lawsuit. So they're going to come out here in 2 weeks. They're going to film my opinion. They're going to ask, what I know about what's happening and things like that. I also got a text from John Deaton regarding this a couple days ago, some stuff we may talk about on the channel here pretty soon. There's big things happening right now. We're going to be able to push out, as the commander of the XRP Army, supreme leader, we are going to push out this message. Hold on to the faith. Hold on to the hope. It is coming. Should be this year. Still believe it's going to be this year. Could be January. We'll see what happens. When this case is over, and it will be soon, XRP is going to absolutely crush everything. It's going to be a year worth of suppression gone overnight when this is over. So I did want to tell you, we do have that big interview for that documentary that's coming out soon.
I bet you those guys like Jay Clayton and Gary Gensler at the SEC just love the idea that there's a documentary that's about to come out on this thing. I heard about this documentary from somebody this morning before he even said that. I think I want to say that the company that was doing it, because I looked up their website, it was called Villain something or other, like the documentary company. And I can find out exactly the name. But anyway, this is just more exposure, and good for him. Hey, go for it. You can be the supreme leader. That's not why I'm here. I just want this thing to be. I want the level playing field. I'm not interested in being in having credit and all that kind of stuff. That's not why I'm here. I am here I'm here for the same reason you're here. I showed up to this because I thought that XRP was going to change the world. I still think it's going to change the world, and I think that there's a lot of it's one of two things, folks, and he's going to say it in this second clip that I've told you from the beginning. What you're watching, what you're a part of right now, is one of two things. It's not in the middle. It's either extreme, what would the word be? Corruption, a lot of smoke, whatever you want to call it. It could even be people who don't even like the United States of America that are literally, and I'll cover some of that in a minute too. It could be people who want America to decline, that are actively working to make that happen, and they're trying to stall Ripple for that reason. It could also be the other thing. It's only one of two things, folks, I'm telling you. Or it's all the world's a stage. And here, he thinks all the world's a stage.
Look, Coinbase, XRP, or Coinbase and Ripple, who has major holdings in both? Digital currency. Okay? Remember, they're in both of these major. This whole case from the very beginning has been smoke and mirrors. I've told you that over and over and over again. It makes sense Coinbase would rate them 4 out of 5. That helped with the FUD to get the price pushed down and continue to accumulate until it's time to bust it open.
Okay, so you think what you want. All right, I know what I think. Okay, Stellar. Since when have you seen Stellar take a shot at Ethereum? They're retweeting a CoinDesk, and since when has CoinDesk pointed out the high fees and the problems that Ethereum has? Ethereum's high transaction fees have made DeFi inaccessible to small investors, reports this person. And Stellar retweets it and says, fees for users, developers, and creators who choose Stellar are near zero. It's accessible for everyone. In other words, stomping on the neck of Ethereum. Okay? Then Lee at SPQR Lee had tweeted this out. This is interesting, folks, because we've been talking about the problems that were going on with the ledger and all this. He says, within a day of this XRPL takes a shit must be just a coincidence. So within a day of that, we get this. Breaking: Ripple integrated ECB's new RTGS system started testing from today. Full launch in November 2022. And so this is what all this is highlighted here. Well, even more interesting, folks. Of all the places, all right, I've been invested in XRP since 2013. And of all the places, for one of the handful of people that created the XRP ledger and the current CTO of Ripple, of all the places, for David Schwartz to be in the one time that the XRP ledger is having technical issues, the one time since I've been in this, and he happens to be in the one place where it would, I'm assuming, be impossible for him to help in any way, Antarctica. And I don't know if he's joking here. Maybe he's just kidding. I'm in Antarctica. Antarctica, so not likely to be much help. Puts a picture of this, and then later he says first iceberg sighting, second iceberg sighting. Now, he might be just joking, but here's the thing. We haven't seen any indication from Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, David Schwartz, Monica Long. I haven't seen any. Maybe they've done it since I looked, but we haven't seen any indication that any of these people are all hands on deck or even concerned about this, which intrigues me a lot. Okay, and then Anders L says, of course, Ripple and XRP have been hated from the start. Of course it's an attack. The ledger still works, though. You just need to raise the fees to extreme amount of 1 cent for transactions for now. These bums can't stop it. Interesting stuff, folks. All right, John Deaton had tweeted this out today, which I thought was interesting. Grunfest should be chairman of the... I couldn't remember if I covered this tweet. Grunfest, and I totally agree with him. Grunfest should be chairman of the SEC. He was an advisor to Ether investors and helped them with the SEC. He's an unpaid advisor to Ripple during the litigation. He advised Clayton not to file the case because it would hurt innocent holders. He said it's arbitrary and capricious. Okay? I want to make a point while we're here. I was talking to someone yesterday, and they were talking about Jay Clayton and the way Jay Clayton looked and how his eyes looked bloodshot at that event the other day and how he looked like he was under stress. And you know what? I told this person, I said, I almost would feel sorry for Jay Clayton. I mean, people make mistakes and things like that. I almost would feel sorry for Jay Clayton if it wasn't for two things. The first thing is this, the fact that Grunfest literally tried to talk Jay Clayton out of suing Ripple. And remember, this is after 8 years. Jay Clayton was well aware that people had been buying XRP, and he flat didn't care. He stuck his finger in everybody who's listening to me that was holding XRP when he dropped this lawsuit. He gave you the bird. He gave me the bird. And he said, F you, I'm going to drop this lawsuit. But he didn't just do that. He did it on December 22nd, just 2 or 3 days before Christmas. Okay? And so against that backdrop, F you, Jay Clayton. I will sit here. I wake up, there are mornings when I wake up at 4 o'clock just to go and find things to expose what you did. And I wouldn't have that kind of oomph about me in this whole thing if I didn't know how nasty this was. It wasn't, and here's the other thing. It wasn't enough for you to treat American XRP, well, not just American, but worldwide XRP holders. It wasn't enough for you to do that. We know that Ethereum was a free pass, and all the people involved know that it was a free pass, and they know what they did. But that wasn't enough. Then they had to go after Ripple and hurt all of the people that are listening to my voice. And then on top of that, to have Joseph, what's his face? How am I drawing a blank on that name? I show him all the time. Freaking the Ethereum founder. Anyway, whatever his name is, I don't really care. To have him, I'm drawing a blank because I was sitting here saying Joseph Grunfest over Joseph Lubin, I'm sorry. But to have him then go out, and we've got him on video, to have him go out and gloat, and then to have Vitalik Buterin do his little tweet calling XRP a shit coin when he knows that's bull, knowing that he slept on their couch and probably freaking took most of the idea for smart contracts from Stefan Thomas. To know all of that, these people deserve everything they're getting. Their arrogance, their arrogance is what is sinking them all. Their arrogance is what got them, and all the people involved. Their arrogance is what made them think, after they thought they got away with it would be okay to go and talk about it at conferences and put things on paper and talk about all these things. So you know what? It's our turn. You all gave us the bird, and now we're giving you the bird. And you give us a level playing field and we go away. And until then, F you. Okay? That's for you on a Friday. All right. Speaking of, I thought I would bring this to the attention of Tom Emmer. He tweeted this out earlier, and he says, the world isn't going to wait for Gary Gensler to approve Bitcoin spot ETFs. Now we're seeing other nations leave us behind in real time. And I tweeted his tweet out, and I said, hey, Tom Emmer, have you considered the possibility that Gary Gensler answers to people who want America to decline? Below are just 2 entries from his calendar. This is back to back. This is 2 days in a row. George Soros has literally said things to the effect of he wants America to fail. I mean, this guy wants to bring America down. This guy is certainly not pro-American. And then he's on a phone call, George Soros, this day. The very next day, Gary Gensler is on a phone call with a woman. This is the woman they tried to put up for the OCC. She literally wrote her dissertation about her love for communism and would not show it to Congress. You couldn't. I told him in this tweet, you couldn't make this up if you tried. So he talks to an anti-American and a communist 2 days in a row, while he ignores 60,000 plus XRP holders. You couldn't make it up if you tried, folks. And let me tell you what, if we even have any justice system in this country anymore, there would be people throwing around the T word because it's not just this kind of stuff. If I was in Congress, I'd be wanting to have hearings on why in the hell you're talking to George Soros and why there is someone being put up who's a communist sympathizer to run the OCC of the United States of America. What has happened to this country? I'm beating on my table. That's when I'm getting pissed off and angry and upset for my children's future. So yeah, Jay Clayton, Gary Gensler, all you people involved in this and whatever in the hell you are all up to, screw you. Have a good weekend. I'm a digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that they ought to ask somebody who's going to ask who's going to ask Gary Gensler in Congress, who's going to grow a set and ask Gary Gensler in Congress, why are you on the phone with an anti-American and a pro-communist? But you can't even talk to these people that every time you get in front of a camera, you're trying to tell the world that all you care about, the only reason you wake up and eat and sleep is so that you can protect investors. But you won't even talk to them. But you'll talk to a communist and you'll talk to an anti-American. Who runs the SEC, folks? I don't know.